One. Good afternoon everyone and welcome to the Twin Ovals for today's game between Kingborough and Lauderdale. My name is Dan Wiley and I have the pleasure of speaking to you today as the President of the Kingborough Tigers Sports Club. I'd like to extend a special welcome to all of our sponsors joining us here today. Thank you very much for your continued commitment. We couldn't do what we do without you. As a club, we're very honoured to be able to play this game every year. The strips look fantastic. I'd like to welcome Lagana to the microphone to deliver the Welcome to Country address.
Hello and welcome. My name is Lauderdale. I'm a proud Elder man from Tawana, Cape Island. We begin today by acknowledging the land on which we stand, Lauderdale country, Kingborough, Hobart, on the island in the Tawana, Tasmania. Occupied by the Palawas continent for thousands of years, we have never ceded sovereignty. I would like to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, also those lost too young, those who never made older stars. I thank you for having me here today to welcome you in the land of my people, the Palawa people. Kalumina, thank you and welcome.
Good afternoon and welcome to coverage of round 14 of the TSL. A big clash in store here at the Twin Ovals this afternoon. It's Kingborough taking on Lauderdale in a battle of 3rd v 4th, with North Launceston flying high atop the table, unlikely to be caught. Clarence with a bit of a gap between them in second. This could well be a pivotal game determining who gets home field advantage in a likely week 1 final scenario. You'd probably say it's odds on at the moment. Lauderdale and the Tigers will meet in that first week of September. But hosting rights yet to be determined, perhaps. Still a long way to go, but the ladder certainly seems to be shaping that way, and therefore the 4 points on offer this afternoon of vital importance to both sides. A special celebration game today as well. We saw some of the pre-game ceremony there, the First Nations celebration game. Both teams in specially designed jerseys. You can check that one out on the TSL website if you want to read more about it. I'm Andrew calling the action here this afternoon. So we're just about ready to get underway at the Twin Ovals. Two teams who headed into this season with premiership ambitions. Hasn't quite perhaps gone the way they would have liked so far this season. Both teams 6 and 5, so ahead on the win-loss ledger, but probably not quite going as smoothly as they might have liked. Certainly the Tigers' premiership defence, they've slipped to 4th on the ladder. Lauderdale, a bit of a slow start. They've started to get going. Do have a bit of a percentage advantage over the Tigers at the moment, but I think we can expect a pretty tight game here this afternoon. Really looking forward to bringing you the action as the siren sounds. The jerseys, fantastically, specifically designed ones. The TSL Facebook page is a little explainer of the artist we're doing there. I reckon both sides are going to be well and truly up and about for this contest. They know how important this game is. They're going to launch back half of their season into a successful finals campaign. In the warm-ups, I think there might have been a couple of changes for Kingborough. I think I saw Henry Kane and Sam Evans in the forward line taking shots at goal, so perhaps a couple of laid-outs for Kingborough. Have to wait and see who they are, but both teams getting closer to full strength in recent weeks as they look to build into this season. Both teams had a number of players involved with the representative game a couple of weeks ago. Another one coming up in a couple of weeks' time against New South Wales. There is plenty of quality out on the park this afternoon. Conditions are pretty good. The sun is shining. It's been fairly miserable down in Hobart for much of the last couple of weeks, but a beautiful day for football this. And no excuses for the players, although we do often get quite blustery conditions at the Twin Ovals. Hopefully not too bad there this afternoon. Doesn't appear to be. And we can get ourselves a good game, but we're just about set here. Players head to the middle. Looks like Sam Siggins starting in the forward line. It's a big question mark how they use him. So you've got such a star ruckman in Andrew Phillips. Siggins capable on the ball, and sorry, he's just moved in the midfield, so they're going to go with him on ball as well as Phillips. It's interesting how they handle their two big stars out of there. Looks like Siggins will be playing on ball to start Phillips in the ruck, and always swinging forward. Jordan Lane in the team adds that extra dimension in the forward line, and probably allows Siggins to play a little bit more midfield. But big job for Jack Tompkinson today, the Kingborough Tigers big man. We know what an impactful player he can be, and there's no tougher matchup for big men than Phillips and Siggins. Looks like Mitch Brewer standing next to Sammy Siggins, just trying to apply some pressure as we get ready for first bounce here at the Twins. We're underway in round 14 action. Bounce favourite Tompkinson, paddle it down. It'll have to go again as Ashland hope to skip away with it umpire with the recall. Ground looks in remarkably good condition for this time of year. Phillips rises high over the top. Siggins couldn't get it. Flick back to Tompkinson. Kicks it out wide to the wing. Holland presenting up at it. It's going to be Jeremiah Perkins and seen across the line. First ball in. But Franklin going with Lovell. That's going to be key to the Bombers' chance of shutting down Lovell. High ball up towards the half-forward line. Bastic, handball back, couldn't find Baker. Charging through Sam Tilley. Tilley puts it over the top into a dangerous area. Donnelly just applies the shepherd, and they're able to clear the ball out of there. Hack kick out of defensive 50, a pretty good one. Bites off a fair bit of territory and trickles out of play. Interesting to see how close Franklin goes with Kieran Lovell. He's someone you'll want to put a bit of work into. He's been glistening form. He's dominant against Queensland, has continued that club level. Phillips paddles it down, looking for Sutton. Tompkinson crashing through. High ball through the hands of Clifford. Goes back in, hacks a high one up towards the half-forward line. Perhaps dropping one he might have taken there was McGuinness. Scrapping away Skelly, got it back to Sutton. Skeen's got a hold of him. High pressure player is Colin Skeen. Wrapping that one up. Phillips and Tompkinson. Sutton busy early, flip back inside. Poland. Some slick hands over the top, and then a long ball down the line looking for Riley Hooker, who slides in and can't quite complete the mark. Trickles out of play. Tompkinson takes front spot. Lovell spins away with it. Handball back to Clifford. Clifford screws one round the corner, and a good mark taken by Eddie Cole, stretching. Cole. Square it up into the corridor. It's a bad option. Sam Siggins breaks it up. His handball too slick for McGuinness. Went back and got it. That was broken up. Tompkinson bashing through off Phillips. Siggins goes back in, gets a hold of it, scoops it over the top. Bell Chambers. And then a driving kick into the forward line, one-on-one. Donnelly wrestling with Lane, spills out the back. Paddling it towards the line is Clifford. Quite find the safety. Bastic just handballs it to himself, tries to take Tilley on, but coughs it up to Patton. Now Tilley snapping around the corner. Sam Tilley to the teeth of goal, 2-on-1. Adams does really well and takes the defensive mark. Had some support, but that wasn't an easy one, having to juggle it. Zach Adams. Yeah, delighted to get him back in the mix here in the second half of the season, Adams. Quality addition to this side. He handballs to Griggs. Fires a laser off half-back. Good mark down there taken by Max College. College's kick not so good. Straight to Will Poland. Poland has a look, and then that's charged down by College into the path of Lovell. Spins through the traffic, and he's brought down by Perkins. Throw, says the umpire, advantage paid. Chipped into the forward line. Hooker couldn't quite get it. Patton wasn't clean below his knees. Brewer. Now it's Ashland. They scrap away at ground level. Brereton comes in over the top. The umpire calls for it. Bit of a missed opportunity there, perhaps. Both sides with slightly sloppy turnovers. Phillips reaches over the top. Lovell with first use once again, and he just skips free. Sends a wide ball. Mark not quite taken by Zeitz, and under pressure from Suki. So he fires one down the line to Hooker. Did well to control it. Squaring ball, couldn't find Walsh. Bell Chambers. Flicks it back up. Tompkinson applying pressure on Siggins. Cole burrowing in. Ashland wrapping him up. So no score through the opening 5 minutes here, but plenty of pressure. And there's a lot of heat on the ball carrier in this one. You'd expect nothing less in a game of these stakes. Umpire spots something he doesn't like. He's going to give the free kick there to Tompkinson. Thought about the handball. And then thought better of it with Siggins shutting it down. Put Clifford under all sorts of pressure. Did well to take the mark as he copped a whack in the process. And Will Clifford, been busy early off half-back. Guides it wide, and it's a nice mark taken by College. Skeen, the target of this kick, just too much on it for him, and it spills out the back, and it'll be tossed into play half forward for the Tigers as they look to go inside 50 for the first time this afternoon. No real chances to speak of so far for the breakthrough. Maybe a bit of an arm wrestle developing. Tompkinson paddled it beautifully over the top to level. Bellchambers with pressure, but they got it to Brewer. Brewer trying to skip free. He's brought down. Great tackle there from Ned Shaw. Wins the holding the ball decision. Shaw with a short kick to Bellchambers. Back to Shaw. Walsh wants it wide. That's where he heads. Can't quite gather it. Coughed it up to Webb. Lovell. His kick turned over. Bellchambers plays on. And then he misses Walsh. So just some basic foot skill execution errors plaguing both teams at the moment. Walsh overly happy that ball missed him. That's one just got to be making under no pressure. A real flow being able to develop just yet. Phillips works his way to the front. Paddles down. Hooker worked the handball, and now they'll chip it inside the forward 50. That's a great mark, Jordan Lane. A strong pair of hands against his former team, Jordan Lane. He's a lovely kick. Pressured as he kicked, but he gives it a ride. It's drifting just offline. First score of the afternoon. Behind to Jordan Lane for the Bombers. And the pressure they were able to get on him, just doing enough to put him off there. So Adams out of fullback. We'll go right up the guts. Tompkinson very late there on Shaw. That has to be a free kick. Umpire says play on. Well, Skeen takes advantage. He skips free. Drives it in the Carter direction. Spoiled away from him by Martin. Flicked it back in cleverly to College. College squaring ball up. And he gives it straight to Skelly. Shaw. They'll work it around the outer side to Fletcher Hooker. They've executed this switch nicely, the Bombers, but where to now? Tilly offering something short. He'll go slightly further afield. Donnelly tracking that one ahead of Lane. Just read it better than him. Got there first, Ben Donnelly. Then receives the handball again. His kick not quite so good. Sharked by Siggins, skipping free. Gets it on the boot. Up towards Stixie Blackburn. Took it nicely. Back to Siggins. Trying to bust through. He does so. Sammy Siggins loads up from 50, but he too is offline. And Kieran Lovell just running into the goalpost there. Just tracking the ball back. Lost his bearings a tad. Fortunately, he seems to be okay, but a good result probably for the Bombers in the end. Not the behind. They'll get to set up inside forward 50. Looks like Lane will do the rucking against Tompkinson. Tompkinson palmed it down. Thor Boscott picked it up, kicked it straight into Jordan Lane, deflected into the path of Blackburn. Hooker goes in for it. Blackburn bounces off one. His handball too sharp, but Siggins shrugs off one. Handball back inside, looking for Hooker. Caught one in the head. Bastic clearing kick. Just hacks it out into space. Carter battling with Martin. Carter kept his feet. Well balanced there, and then he just dinks one over the top. And running in to an open goal. Oh, handball just off in time. Zeitzen received it, snapped it, goaled it. First of the afternoon goes the way of the Tigers. Now they get the coast-to-coast goal. Try and get confirmation on who 23 was for you. Apologies, might be Locke Carmichael, not on my team list. Late in there, it would seem, for the Tigers. He set the goal up with some good footwork and some really clever play from Tyler Carter further upfield. So back to the middle. Phillips won it down, looking for Tilly. Sends it wide there for Broomhall. Couldn't quite trap it, under pressure from Golding. Sutton just running out of room, and it's out of play. Phillips. High kick into the Tigers forward line. Carter got a spoil there, swept back by Poland, and now they'll clear it out. Searching kick, tracking it all the way there was Perkins, couldn't quite gather. Webb slaps it across to Eddie Cole. Cole firing it to Watts. Watt inside 50, Carter couldn't quite trap it. Here's Sam Evans. They scrap away for it at ground level. Lovell. Handball back inside for Mitch Brewer. Sharp sidestep, kicks it to the line. Playing goalkeeper was Broomall. He wasn't required. Offline for a behind. And just confirmation, it was Ryan Bradburn who set that last goal up. Thank you to Mr. Daw in the team sheets there. And, late change there. So a few late changes too, this Tigers outfit. The name 22 they had midweek. The Bombers in the back line. Driven along up the line. Tompkinson the target. Spinning away was Griggs. Gets his kick through heavy traffic to Clifford. Oh, so sharp with the handball. Got it to Brewer. Brewer inside the forward 50. A battle away down there. Charging away, Poland. Squaring up towards Patton. He gathers it, had to release immediately. Cleverly thwacked away there by Martin. Found a teammate. There. Oh, stripped of the football there was Hooker. Tackle from Donnelly, now Webb. Squares it up, finds Mitch Brewer. Brewer plays on with some uncertainty. He's forced to just go sideways and heads to Will Clifford. No, those late changes. The big one, Lockie Clifford, not playing for Kingborough today. That's why I haven't called his name yet. It's a big part of the engine room, so he's a laid out. That's a big blow for the Tigers. Star player, Lockie Clifford. So Poland. He goes into the corridor for Patton. Juggles the mark. And ball across to Shaw. Set up kick, a nice one for Broomhall. He plays on immediately, sliding. Tilly couldn't take the mark. Siggins clean below his knees. Got it back to Tilly. He snaps it high to the square. Riley Hooker with 3 to beat. Tompkinson, Donnelly, and Griggs. The three of them able to marshal it. It's a poor kick from Griggs though. Trying to keep it in was Lovell. And it's out of play for a ball in. Back into play it goes. Tompkinson takes it out. Put Lovell under all sorts of pressure. And bustling through and kicking their first goal of the afternoon is Tilly. Just jumped on that one. And the Bombers get their first here. Sam Tilly. Impressive young player, some real dash to this team. And just a bit too hot the handball there for Lovell. He started this game red hot. They're looking to get it to him at every opportunity, but Tompkinson just put him under a bit too much pressure there. The mercurial Lovell can control that one. Spilt the way of Tilly. A goal apiece here at the Twins. Tight start, tight contest developing. So back to the middle, that won't be recalled as Phillips won it down to Franklin. Kick inside 50, looking for Blackburn, drifting across. Murray Bastick did well defensively. Controlled it, got it to Griggs under some pressure. His kick scrubbed into the middle of the ground for Cole. Turned over, worked off it by Walsh. Flicked it back to Franklin. Now Blackburn. Stixie Blackburn sends him inside 50. He's looking for Boscott, spiked away from him by Baker. And trickles across the line. 7 apiece here. Early goings. Back into play. Tompkinson palms it down. Lovell wrapping up Boscott. Umpire says, I'll have it. Tompkinson and Phillips. They negate each other there. Cole somehow escapes, gets a handball to Baker. Baker with a wide kick up towards the wing. Skeen has got some serious wheels and he gets there first, taps it out into space. Clever from Skeen. Retreats back to Adams, who just massages one there and finds College, who's under some considerable pressure from Bell Chambers, or from Suki rather, to be able to take the mark. And I think he's going to get 50 for his troubles. This might take Max College within scoring range. It's a pretty generous 50. He'll take his best, but he is certainly a goal kicker, Max College. Can he hand the Tigers the lead here? Drives it across the face. Oh, what a pluck there from Ashland. Rises high and takes a fine mark, Riley Ashland. He'll try and open up the angle, snaps it around the corner. And Riley Ashland gets the Tigers second. A strong mark and a good finish. It's the Tigers who lead by those 6 points. 2-1, leading the Bombers 1-1. Just looking slightly more efficient inside forward 50 so far. Not a whole lot separating these two teams at the moment. It was a really good mark though, just rose highest. Again, that one is going to have to be recalled. An uneven centre of the ground, perhaps. And a few wayward bounces in the opening 20 here. Good day for tossing it up. He does so here as Siggins and Tompkinson duke it out once more. Spills the way of Cole. Fires out a handball to Lovell. Takes it cleanly and then bends it round the corner out in front of Webb. Took an awkward bounce for him. Walsh just overran it too. Webb squares it up into the corridor. Spoiled away there from Kane. Fell to Skeen. Skeen flicks it across to Brewer. Brewer driving kick inside forward 50. The Bombers have the numbers. Taney Suki tracking it back. Ashland pressuring, but received a Shepherd. His kick set a task for Belchambers. Just got a hand in there. Cracking in was Hooker. Perkins rather, and gets a high contact free kick. Oh dear, was unaware that Ashland was right behind him, playing on court, holding the ball. Just didn't have the sense there. And Ashland hands it off to Zeitzen. Zeitzen on the run from 45. Misses. Tigers sharp at the moment. Just springing their step the last few minutes as Poland chips it wide. Kick, set, sure a task. It was spoiled away from him. Brewer squares it up, but he finds Zeitzen, who will have a set shot this time, which he'll fancy more than the shot on the run. Well and truly within James Zeitzen's range, this one. So he'll kick from about 45. It's swinging, but it stays on target. And the Tigers have their third of the afternoon. They kick away to 3-2. 20, leading the Bombers 1-1-7. Just starting to get on top here are the Tigers. Looking good in the last few minutes of action and putting it on the scoreboard. A 13-point break here. The Bombers do with a response before quarter time. Siggins, bounce favouring Tompkinson, but Siggins able to get there. Handball took a cruel bounce for Tilly. Brewer able to send it high towards the half-forward line. Spoiled away by McGuinness. Franklin had a bit of a fumble. That invites in Evans. McGuinness tried the handball to Bellchambers. Bellchambers spreads it wide, sliding in Sutton. Couldn't complete the mark. Broomhall retreating back. One back there by Brewer. Brewer now strides inside 50. Dinks it over the top for Carter. Couldn't complete the mark. Bellchambers stripped of the football. All up the kill. Carter to ruck with Siggins. Siggins reaches over the top. Franklin, tight to the line. Scooped it back in, but he coughed it up there. Caught though, holding the footy. That's a good tackle from Riley Hooker. Zashlin tried to swing free. Hooker dinks it short for Siggins. Ball to play on. Holland with a wide ball, going very wide on their D50 exits in this first quarter, the Bombers, and they've coughed it up again here, having a bit of trouble transitioning out of defence right now. Here's Zach Adams. Adams sends it inside the forward 50, flying from behind there was Martin. It'll be a free kick though to Taney Suki out of that. Suki squares it. Now work it via Bellchambers out towards Phillips, stretching, using his full height, and then the quick release was good. Got it to Hooker. Hooker goes inside 50 for Boskets. That was better transition from the Bombers. A couple of kicks, a wide ball to Phillips. That's a better target on the wing. And then quick handball, chipped over the top, and suddenly their forwards get a look. So Thor Bosket looked to cut the margin back to 7 points. So Bosket just hangs it out to the right. 1, 2, 8, the Bombers. Kiz Lovell has been his prolific self in this first term. Will take the kick out here, and he sends it wide, almost intercepted though by Blackburn. Fell out the back for Hooker. Webb has a hold of him, pins the arm. Did really well there, Webb. Hard to do much when you get the arm pin like that. Free kick to James Webb. Retreats the Bastic. Donnelly. From fullback. Competition's premier fullback, and that's a lovely kick. Handball across to Webb. Through the corridor go the Tigers, and then peeling off into space, Tompkinson. The umpire's whistle's gone. It's been an advantage paid as Tompkinson drives it in the Carter direction. Strong mark taken there by Bellchambers, but a free kick blown, a hold to Tyler Carter. So he can go back to extend the lead to 18 points. Tyler Carter just sprays the kick across the face. And then he just sneaks it in for a behind in the end. Three plays 1-2. Tilly gets up to get this one. Again, they look to go quickly, and it's good ball. We saw, no, just a bit too much on it. Spills out the back, and now Donnelly looks to charge away with it. Tompkinson. Not sure what he was looking for there, but he cuffed it straight up. Tilly tries to get past Ashland. He's caught. Oh, good tackle from behind there. That'll be rewarded. Good play by man Ryan Bradburn, laid in on the team sheet, who's having a real impact on this one. Brewer. Good looking kick to the teeth of goal. Nicely done Poland, but spilt the way of Zeitzen, whose kick hits the post, but the whistle's gone. He was dragged down high, and he's going to get a chance for a set shot. And a bit of back chat will make it 50 and make it all but certain. So Zeitzen will get his second of the afternoon. And the Tigers can kick away to a 19-point lead. So from point blank range, James Zeitzen, the youngsters clamouring for the football back there. He might have put that one over the fence. It's a high fence, but he's cleared it. And they're out by 19 points. So a good start to this football game for the defending premiers. They look to jump past the Bombers back into third spot on the ladder. They've started well in that endeavour, and they lead this one by 19 points late in the first term here. Zeitzen with his second of the contest. Third, in fact, for Zeitzen. He kicked the opening one as well, didn't he? Walsh couldn't gather it. Lovell. Oh, good mark taken there, Bell Chambers. About playing on one way, then went back the other. Slick stuff, Walsh. His kick not so slick, cuffs it up and they might be exposed, although the handball back into traffic. Suki applying some pressure, released out the back. Clifford just toes it off the ground inside forward 50, Skeen. And there is the quarter time siren, so a strong start to this one for the Tigers. Zeitzen has 3. Ashland, the other goal scorer for the Bombers. Sam Tilley kicked there first. Last 3 of the quarter all went the way of the home side. They lead this one by 19 points at quarter time. So much to think about here for the Bombers at the quarter time huddle. We'll be back shortly with quarter number 2 for you. Quarter time, round 14 TSL action. It is the Kingborough Tigers 4-3, leading the Bombers 1-2. So we're ready to go here in quarter number 2 at the Twin Ovals. Will we see a response from the Bombers? A sharp start from the home side, the defending Premier Tigers. Started this one well. 3 goals to James Zeitzen in the first term. Has them off and running. Into this encounter, sitting in 4th spot. And a leap past the Bombers in what is a preview of a likely Week 1 finals matchup. So ready to go here. And as has been the story of the day, not the cleanest bounce. I think the umpire's sick of recalling him, just lets him go. In the end, fell the way of Ashland, who's able to work it inside forward 50. Radburn. McGuinness got it to Suki. Suki sends it wide into space. Kieran Lovell parked back there. Brought down by Boscott. Got back up. Umpire says play on. Webb runs the boundary line. Got it to Zeitzen. High kick inside the forward 50. College coming from behind. Tyler Carter, front spot, takes the mark. And Tyler Carter, apologies for that one, just being handed a note by my director that we might have a camera battery problem on the way here. Running a solo operation. Either way, the Tigers get a goal and get going in this quarter. Back on comms in just 1 second. Right, well, hopefully some powers are going to be scrambled with the camera and we won't lose vision as Jack Tompkinson is about to receive a 50-metre penalty here. They still rather unravelling at the start of the second quarter here for the Bombers. They've already cost themselves 1 goal through some ill discipline. Tyler Carter slamming it through. Now Tompkinson within range as Clifford rode by there. Tompkinson, though, will fancy the shot. So Jack Tompkinson can extend the lead to 31 points. It will be a fairly significant break early in this quarter. Big Jack sends it on its way. It's a good-looking kick. It's there. Tompkinson adds his name to the scoreboard. They've got 2 goals in the opening 3 minutes of the second term, and the Kingborough Tigers absolutely flying here at home. This is the side we saw last year, the Premiership side. They've come to play today. And Lauderdale, 31 points adrift. And in dire need of a goal here before this one slips away from them. Tompkinson is winning the holding the ball there on Tilly. And the big man doing the damage here for the Tigers. Zeitzen with 3, Ashland, Carter, Tompkinson the other goal scorers. Tompkinson out of the middle, flicks the handball. Good tackle from Hooker. Locking that one in there. And lift from their key players here, the Bombers. Likes of Siggins, Phillips, but they'll get an opportunity to go forward here through big Andrew Phillips. Phillips drives it inside 50. Tilly charging onto it. Clifford did well. Lane stoops together. Might have been held by Donnelly. Plenty of numbers for the Tigers. Scrap kick out of there. Tompkinson couldn't trap it cleanly. Handball from Hooker into the corridor for Bell Chambers. Sets it up for Boscott. Well done, Webb getting back in the path. Gathers the football. Pitched in front of College. Now Broomhall. He's brought down from behind by Ashland. Bosket on the bottom of it. Diving in Cole. Poland just worked off it by Bradburn. The pressure overwhelming at the moment here from the Tigers. Eddie Cole. Here's Ashland. Flat bit of a mongrel kick. College dropped the chest mark in the end. That allows Riley Hooker to skip free. Hooker to Cole. Cole with a high up and under. Martin and Carter. Martin just ran underneath it. Zeitzen flicked the handball outside to Lovell. That was charged down. Well done by Nat Franklin breaking that up. So Phillips, unopposed, paddled it down. Cleared away by Franklin, down the line. Kick though, favoured Brereton. It's seen away from him by Blackburn. Phillips and Tompkinson. Slick hands from Brewer. He's been busy today. Lovell slickly inside to Tompkinson. No one's standing the mark here at the moment. Eventually, Riley Hooker will. Tompkinson takes a moment to assess his options and then just opts for distance. He sets it up in the Zeitzen direction. Suki with a decisive fist. Back into play. Phillips works his way to the front, paddled it down. Franklin scoops it for Bell Chambers. Some space at half back. His handball. Oh, he put his teammate Hook under all sorts of pressure. Fortunate in the end that Bastic slipped a little high on the tackle. The advantage won't be paid as Sutton looked to take it and head wide. He brought back here for Fletcher Hooker. So half back, the Tigers have got numbers back now as Hooker shifts a short one into the middle, coughed it up. Tilly now at the back. He fires a handball wide. Riley Hooker around the corner. Finds Campbell. Hooker tight to the line, although he is a left footer and he wheels inside. Sets it across the face. Jordan Lane. Well, Siggins, sorry. He's drifted down inside the 450. And he takes the mark. Good option just to put the ball to the dangerous area. A couple of marking targets down there, and this is the man they need to lift from, the Bombers. Sam Siggins. So Siggins goes back. Sends it through the middle. They badly needed that one, the Bombers. They're back within 25. Can that get the ball rolling for them? They need their star man to lift. He is someone who can have a real impact in the forward line. The way the midfield battle's been going, it's been probably a little bit reluctant perhaps to move him out of there, but that extra target down in there, and if they get some service, you can maybe get them back in this one, because right now it's been all Tigers. 55 points the lead for the defending premiers. Just up by the umpire. Phillips battles down. Perkins just paddled it to Walsh. Phillips sweeps it wide. Hooker back to Poland. A creative player out of defence normally. That's Low for Blackburn, into the path of Lovell. Back to Tompkinson, returns it, and then tumbling kick inside the forward 50. Charging through, there's Bradburn, shot on the run. He's just off target. Been lively, Ryan Bradburn. Made in for Lockie Clifford, big shoes to fill, not like for like, but he's having an impact on proceedings here this afternoon as Bryce Walsh in the back pocket, barely the 15. And Will Broomhall. This was the area they struggled with large periods of the first quarter. The Tigers really setting up well behind the football. Almost juggling the mark, Brereton. Eddie Cole cracks in, went low and hard, got the football, and able to work the handball across to Evans. He sends it round the corner, high ball towards Golding. Hammered away from him though by Franklin. Now just eludes Lovell and Broomhall runs it out of play. Launched forward by Tompkinson. The best place was always Tyler Martin. Tyler Martin short. McGuinness. Oh dear, misses his target, coughs it up. Clifford swooping. He's locked up by Tyler Martin, but sloppy again. Siggins, won it down, but won it down to Ashland. Gave the handball away to Golding around the corner. It's across the face for a behind. So Poland plays on. Sends a high searching kick in the Siggins direction, drifting in Phillips. A towering mark from the big ruckman. Using the body well was Walsh, but just bounced out behind him. Cole. Inside for Clifford. Walsh immediately wrapping up there, Eddie Golding. Siggins palms it down, Shaw through the contest. On the left, he sends a high ball inside the forward 50. Trickles out the back. Who's first to it? Blackburn paddling into the path of Hooker. Gathering at lane. He's immediately wrapped up. Strong tackle from Baker. Locks it in there. Ball up in the square. Tompkinson just trying to smash this through. Phillips just paddled it back in play. Tilly locks it in once more. Tompkinson trying to get through. Phillips will just try and work it back the other way. Tompkinson to the line. He found Lovell though, and then not rushed across by Ashley in the end. Maybe should have, because he's turned it over. That's a good mark taken by Jeremiah Perkins. Perhaps the better option would have been just to step that one across the line. So, can they get two in a row here, the Bombers? Perkins from 40 out. It's across the face, off hands, doesn't trouble the scorers. Thompson just slaps it on the boot anywhere but here, he says. Thumps it long, Boskett should have had that, dropped it, coughed it up to Skeen. Skeen just got a handball away. Briggs keeps it in and then bends a left-footed effort down the line. Will that be sufficient intent? But happy enough, says toss it in. 27 points the lead. Midway point of the second term. It's been impressive performance so far from the Tigers. Tompkinson. Siggins through the contest with strength, but Adams battling away, everyone running past the football. Walsh just jumps on top of it. Firm tackle from Franklin, locks it up. Tompkinson. Oh, had a chance to get rid of it, and the umpire pings him. Just delayed the handball. Once he did that, he was in trouble. Here is Nat Franklin. Ships it inside. Tyler Martin. He was just looking to possess the football a little here. Oh dear, coughed it straight up to Eddie Cole. What an awful kick that was. They might get out of jail though, but then a slip allows in Ashland. He gives it back to Eddie Cole. Cole dinks one into the middle, sets a task for Evans. He was up to it. Good mark there from Sam Evans. He'll send them inside 50 once more. He'll just go towards College. Spills to the floor. College gathered. He's wrestling for the football there with Hooker. Late domination from Cole, and he came flying in. Siggins still got the hit out though, and now Hooker able to take it through the corridor. Lane presenting up the football. Handball to Walsh. Walsh will send it wide. Peeling off was Perkins. Some run-off half back here for the Bombers, and Perkins drives them inside the forward 50. Boscott has two to beat. He was caught deep. Fell into the path of Hooker. Managed to whack it out the back. That was clever. Boscott scoops it to Hooker. Hooker with the snap on goal. He misses. It was a good passage of play from the Bombers, but they couldn't finish it off. The margin 26 points. Donnelly to reload from fullback. Wide ball towards Baker, taken away from him by Hooker. Tompkinson handled it down. Ashland. Tilly laying a firm tackle there. He wants holding the ball, and he will be rewarded. Penalised is Adams. What about the give? Siggins lurking and opts not to. So Tilly, and he play on to the right here and set it up. He just prods it in and finds Lane. Strong mark there. The former Tiger. And his teammates know about that, and suddenly those big marking targets just starting to give the Bombers an avenue back into this game. First Siggins, now Lane. Can he cut the margin to 20 points here? Oh dear, he misses. A real let-off there for the Tigers. 04-16, the Bombers. They can ill afford to squander opportunities like that. $25 points to the margin. Donnelly driving it long. Carter the target through his hands. On the back for Ashland. Flicked it in the skiing direction, but getting in the way was Walsh. Just busted through. His handball too sharp though for Perkins. Tompkinson. It's going to be a free kick surely going the way of the Bombers. It will be Riley Hooker, the benefactor. Tompkinson just rather threw him to the deck. Short ball finds Walsh. He's played on here, Walsh. Left footer inside forward 50. Doing well, Griggs just to be the extra man in defence. Bit of a loose handball that one. Phillips lurking. Patting on it. Top of him was Brereton. Phillips plants, wins it down. Bosket pressuring. Clear and kick from Lovell, the boundary line. Had already won out. Back into play. Phillips and Tompkinson. Tompkinson reaches in for it. Just flicked it there. Might be a throw. Yeah, the umpire spotted it. I thought so. Had one arm bin, so it was the only real way it could have disposed of it. Free kick to Phillips. And this, an opportunity they need to take. They've been better the last 5 minutes. They've got to get another goal on the scoreboard to show for it. Cut the margin back to 19 points. Just back to something more manageable by half-time. Be the aim here for the Bombers. A run of 5 consecutive goals from the Tigers. They're second in a row now, the Bombers. Phillips. He too hangs it near side, following lane. So, a couple of real let-offs here. 6-5 plays 2-5. Even 4 goals the lead for the Tigers. Donnelly goes long. Sets it up towards the wing. Tompkinson. And just sends Tilly to the deck. For good measure. Chips for Zeitzen. He'll go down the line, but well, there's a good kick in the end for Adams. Well weighted. He goes back inside. He spied College in space and he hits him. Max College now. The lead comes from Carter. Bradburn also presenting. You go deeper. Over the head of Kane. Spills out the back. Open goal. And socket through by Lovell. Loose in the goal square. The most dangerous man in the competition. And he extends the Tigers' lead to 30. That's one of the things that does separate Kieran Lovell, the work rate as well as the skills. He just keeps running, and oh dear. Oh, Tyler Carter has copped one off the ball and been given a free kick, and this could be the old 12-point play now. Now this would really sting. Tyler Carter, for his second of the afternoon, to make it a 36-point lead. Drills it into the post. The lead at 31. Once had the opportunity. Counted inside 20 points moments ago. Lovely kick for Bellchambers. Bellchambers finds Blackburn. Michael Blackburn into the corridor, he heads. Bosket. Lane one out, wants it. He put it out in front of him. He spoils in the end into the path of Skelly. Donnelly applying pressure. Patton spins away from trouble and retreats as Broomhall. He chips it inside forward 50. Siggins gathers, caught. How to get rid of it? He threw it. Free kick will go the way of the Tigers, and they'll play on quickly across the face to Tompkinson. Ball to play on. Bosket applying pressure. Did enough just to pressure the kick, but clean below his knees again, Mitch Brewer. He's been really good today, Brewer. Oh, that was a not so good kick, but again, put down after he disposed of the football was Riley Hooker on this occasion, and just ill discipline really plaguing the Bombers here this afternoon. There's been at least 3 or 4 occasions they've done that. It's really hurting their chances of getting back into the game. Carter the target here. Oh, just planted and took the mark nicely, Tyler Carter. Protected the space. Now he sends them inside the forward 50. One-on-one. College couldn't quite nicely defended there. Martin gets it and then just slaps it on the boot. High ball. spiked away towards the line and it trickles out.
Phillips. Gave it to Franklin. Had nowhere to go. Siggins worked it in the end to Riley Hooker. Will that stay in? It will, but Hamish Watt juggles the mark in the end. Used every centimetre of the playing field to do so. Watt just heads in the Tyler Carter direction. Wanted to push in the back, none forthcoming. It's tossed up. Phillips paddles down, couldn't find Siggins. Carter just sharking it, but out of play once more. Phillips almost found Siggins. And he Cole in on Bellchambers. Umpire says free kick for a hold. Bellchambers. Short little dink to Perkins. Perkins found Sutton, who keeps it moving. Heads wide. Tompkinson trying to apply the pressure late. Did so. Phillips was still able to take the mark. Cole just ran straight through the mark there, and that's going to be 50 metres. Tried to take the shortcut to Bryce Walsh there. And straight across the path. It might just take Andrew Phillips into scoring range. He is a thumping kick when he hits him right. Had a sighter moments ago. Hung it near side. We'll see if he can correct here. His side, it's fair to say, in dire need of a goal. Just the two for the first half here. They've missed some gettable ones this quarter. They need their big star recruit here to seize this opportunity. He'll kick from about the paint of 50. Gives it a ride. Just across the face. A minor score. 2-6 now, the Bombers. So Lovell out of defence. A mongrel kick, but it works out all right. Stretching was Evans. He plays on down the line. Outsized is Cole. He was boxed out, and in the end, Tyler Martin able just to drift across and intercept. He goes back to Bellchambers as they look to execute the switch here. The reason they did that was that Jeremiah Perkins was in acres of space. It's a wide ball. Will it stay in here for sure? Tracks it to the line. Does stay in though. The numbers now favouring the Tigers, and it's trickled out. And even 30 points the lead for the hosts. A fairly even second quarter, really. The Tigers have simply done a better job taking their opportunities. They're definitely the better team in the first. Phillips won it down, but coughed it up. High ball in the Skeen direction, battling with Skelly, through both them. Bradburn controls, but McGuinness wrapping him up. Is that going to be ball? It is. Free kick to McGuinness. We asked the question of 50, and he needed that if he was going to score, because the siren sounds to end the first half here at the Twin Ovals. The defending premiers will be delighted with the score as it stands. They lead this one 7-6-48 to 2-6-18. As they added to their lead in that second quarter. 3 goals to 1. 3-3 to 1-4. So they failed to take their scoring opportunities, the Bombers. And it's the type of game where they simply needed to take them because they're playing from behind after being jumped. The Tigers, good value for this lead. They've been at their best here this afternoon.
It's the Bombers with all the work to do as they head to the sheds. Take a break here. Half time at the Twin Ovals. Tigers leading this one by 5 goals.
Imagine the possibility of finding the perfect tenants. We're here at a reality. Markets, we make it possible.
At Cribs, we create the canvas, so you can create the art. Cribs pizza bases. Dine on delicious. At Cribs, we create the canvas, so you can create the art. Cribs English muffins. Dine on delicious.
Whether you're selling a family home, moving to the country, buying or renting your first home, or expanding your residential or commercial investment portfolio, the local TPR property group agent experts are here to help. TPR are the longest established agents in the Huon Valley, now servicing both the Kingborough and Greater Hobart area overall. Choose a trusted agent. Choose a professional agent. Choose TPR Property Group.
At Cribs, we create the canvas, so you can create the art. Cribs English muffins. Dine on delicious.
Hey!
Back for the second half here at the Twin Ovals. A 5-goal lead for the Kingborough Tigers, the defending premiers, going along very nicely this afternoon as they look to jump past the Bombers into third spot on the table. A likely first week of finals matchup. So the odds of this one being the elimination final are pretty high, so home ground advantage perhaps at stake when these guys meet here and again later in the season. And it is the Tigers getting it done so far. Will we see a response from the Bombers in the second? Phillips rises high, won it down. Inside the forward 50 they go, almost at the back hooker. Thor Bosket lurking, firing out the handball there, and they'll rush a kick out. Tracking it nicely was Clifford. Took it in stride. Tries to drive it out of defence, but just too wide, out of bounds on the foot. Speared in short. Finds the mark of Franklin. Franklin just pulls his kick into the pocket. Right idea, execution just lacking, trying to find late. Phillips unopposed, paddle down to Siggins with one arm free, just gets the slight kick away. Ashland bursts away from the pack and he charges in the middle of the ground, giving it to Lovell now. He spears one up towards Carter, reels it in and returns it to Lovell. Lovell just treading water a little, then with a left sends it high to College, couldn't quite complete it. There'll be a bit bounce off half back here through Broomhall. Now Bellchambers looking for Blackburn, good use of the body, couldn't scoop it up to Siggins though. Oh, crashing through, Bellchambers did well, body on the line, reaching in, Siggins won the football. Cole took his man without the footy, play on the call, Franklin heads wide, Skeen tries to put offshore, but he takes the mark and then fires one to Sutton. Now Sutton wants to stop and drop it off short, was looking for Tilly, but it's intercepted. They'll clear it away there. Brereton into the middle of the ground, found Cole. Cole, sidestep and then skips free. Really sets a task for Tyler Carter here. Under pressure from Martin. And the kick drifts straight across the line. Squaring ball. It's a good one to Martin. Martin to centre half forward, but it's over the head of Hooker. Out the back to Donnelly. Just paddled it in front. Scooped forward to Franklin. Couldn't find Siggins. Zeitzen. Now Ashland. Umpire's whistle goes before Brewer cleared the area. It's going to be a free kick the way the Tigers going to Riley Ashland. First goal important here in the third term. Bombers are any chance of a second half comeback. They need a bright start. Here's Max College, working hard up the ground this afternoon. Wide for Tompkinson. What a steal for Zeitzen. Takes a nice mark ahead of Shaw. And then wheels inside and drives them deep inside the forward 50. Almost juggling it was Suki. Siggins gets back to help out. Handed it off to Walsh. He clears defensive 50 up towards Bosket. 2 to beat. Griggs in from the side. Controls it. Hands it off to a spinning Lovell. Retreating back to Zeitzen. Zeitzen across there to Adams. Adams will drive it from 55. He might drive it all the way. Oh, what a goal, Zach Adams. He thumps it in from 55. And first blood in the third term goes the way of the Tigers. Back to the middle. Tompkinson. Flick back to Lovell. That was charged out. Walsh. Wrapped up by Lovell. Tilly jumping in there. Walsh flicks the handball to the outside. Clifford. Lovell in support. Bustling through Bastick. And the ball up. Tompkinson. And Shaw quickly moved along. Chip wasn't accommodating. Good below his knees. Phillips kicked to the goal square. Got thumped after he disposed of the football. That should be downfield. And a certain goal coming up here for Campbell Hooker. And he makes no mistake from point blank range, so the Bombers get that one right back. The margin, though, still 30 points. Still mired in a deep hole here, the Bombers. And they needed that one to get something going here. Quarter number 3. Tompkinson, towed forward by Phillips. Brewer makes it quickly, sends it high. Off hands. Through traffic, snapshot on goal across the face there, Skeen looking lively. So 8-7 plays, 3 a goal, 6. Thumping kick clears, defensive 50, spiking it away, Tompkinson. Phillips, clean, got it to Hooker. Hooker retreating, back to Phillips. Fake the handball, then looks to palm off Tompkinson. Extra stuff from the big man and speared one to Walsh. Walsh heads wide. Good mark taken by Lane presenting. He sends them in the Hooker direction. Rising high was Bastick. Bouncing up Sutton. Gave the handball. Hooker released it in time to Perkins. Perkins gave the dish looking for Hooker. Clifford was on hand. Webb now under pressure. And it's seen across the line. Calm down. Tompkinson wins it down over the shoulder, says the umpire. Free kick against Lane going the way of Big Jack. Wants to give the handball to Brewer. Brewer charging out of defence, sends a searching ball wide. Carter tracking it down. Need to work for that one was Brewer. Phillips, think he earned it. Well, that's going to be 50 against Phillips. Got sucked right in there by Mitch Brewer. And 50 metres called against the big ruckman. Just left the hand in there, and the moment he did that, Brewer knew he was just going to let it tumble out and he'd get 50. A rare mistake there from Phillips. And it allows Brewer the chance to extend the lead to 37 points. They're kicking away here, the Tigers. 9-7 plays 3-6. They've picked up where they left off in the first half. And they're in quite a bit of trouble now, the Bombers. We'll go once more. Phillips battling down. Sutton diving on. Cole has it wrested away from him there by Sutton. There it is, tight in the clinches and going nowhere. Walsh. Shark there by Brewer, flicked it over the top. Burn couldn't get a hold of it. Cole again on the bottom of a pack. Common sight, that one. Phillips shanks a kick inside the forward 50. Bastick first to the football. Grappling away there with Hooker, just a little too much use of the hands there. Free kick line. So Bastick. Down the line he heads. Zeitzen, good pair of hands. He launches this one up towards the half-forward line. Phillips across, smashes it out, but whistle had already blown. A free kick the way of Tyler Carter. And he'll send the Tigers inside 50 once more. Dominant stuff this from the Tigers. Sit up into the pocket, looking for Lovell. Over his head and out of play. Back in once more. Commanding lead here for the Tigers. Looks like they're going to be moving into third place. Phillips just missed it. Oh, slip from Tilly. Almost seized upon, but the snapshot from Adams is out of bounds on the full. Short for Perkins. He finds Bell Chambers. Seeking Phillips, stretches and reaches up to get it. He doesn't have a handball option. Stagnates a tad, he heads wide. They're trying to execute the switch. Some hard running from Patton upfield. Martin gets this one. And working their way up the ground, but the Tigers shutting down avenues. Forced now to kick to a contest. Almost Brereton through his hands. Killed inside 50. Oh, juggling the mark. Well tracked back there, Will Clifford. And he moves it on quickly across the face to Adams. Adams takes a man on. Now sends it outside the defensive 50, almost there. Was Zeitzen seen away from him, and now to play. As down goes. Well, player off the ball. Their supporters wanting a free kick, nothing doing. Tompkinson paddles it, Siggins. Perkins fired out the handball. Patton the target, takes the mark on his chest. Can he find a target inside 50 here, Luke Patton? He's got someone running from behind. It's Poland. He gives it to him. He's a lovely long kick, Will Poland. Well, that was not his best. And it's out of bounds on the full. It's just not going for them here this afternoon, the Bombers. So Zach Adams from the back pocket. Long, tight to the line. Into the breadbasket of Sutton. Handed it off to Broomhall. Retreats back to Shaw. Shaw, touch ball inside 50. Siggins had to get rid of it. Was sharp. He did so. Just losing his footing there was Hooker. Perkins. He's locked up there by Clifford. Tompkinson reaches over. Bosket. Burrows in after it. Skips free. Gives the handball out towards Sutton. Tries to take on Carter. Slung him off the football. Perkins. Little give to Patton. Gives the don't argue. Skips into space. Retreats back. Blackburn. And Stixie Blackburn takes the mark. It was hard work, but they get the marking target inside 50. And in dire need of this one, the Bombers. Just 3 goals this afternoon. Blackburn simply cannot miss this one. If there are any chance of a miraculous fight back. A kick from about 35 on the angle. And Blackburn hangs it near side. And that just about sums up the current state of affairs for the Bombers. 6 goals in arrears and not looking all that likely. So Adams. Just chips it into the pocket for Bastic. Through the hands of Zeitzen and out of play. Tompkinson looking for Cole. Brewer back to Cole. Webb treats for Watt. Chips it up towards Ashland. Saw it spoiled away. Hooker just driven across the line by Tompkinson. Might have taken him high. Umpire says all good. Cole gathers. Handball just too sharp for Kane. Wide ball for Zeitzen. Tracked it nicely. He'll go back for his 4th of the afternoon. We just about to tick into red time in the 3rd term. This would make it 42 points. Been feasting on him this afternoon, Zeitzen, although all 3 of his goals did come in the opening term. To this end, can he get a 4th? Oh, he can. He drives it through. And they're out to a 42-point lead. The defending premiers are enjoying themselves here this afternoon in the sunshine at the Twin Ovals. They look like they're going to be moving up into third place on the ladder. The Bombers with no answers here. And the Tigers doing as they will right now. 10-7 to 3-7. Another errant bounce. That one going to have to be recalled. Tompkinson and Phillips. Oh, Lovell read it superbly. Off balance as he kicks. Suki leads the race to the ball. It's heading towards the line, but stayed in. Tony Suki now looking to drive out of defence. His handball misses the target as Hooker gather it in the field. And he tossed back in. Tompkinson just takes it out of the ruck himself, dishes to Lovell, arches the back, then fired off a handball to Adams. Carter presenting up at the football, did it nicely, took it in stride, wheels and goes on his left, inside the forward 50 once more. Webb, almost, battling away with Martin. Back to Martin. Now Skelly. He tried to find Campbell Hooker. Ball just pitching in front of him and out of play. Tompkinson, Lovell again first hands to the football. Got it to Cole somehow. Inside 50, looking for Kane. Carter and Phillips, the opposite numbers there. Tilly fired the handball off, but it was sharked by Brewer. Walsh had a fumble. Siggins sweeping backwards to Phillips. He clears the area, but parked behind it was Tompkinson. Takes a simple intercept. Long high ball in the Carter direction. Siggins gathers, plays the 1-2 with Walsh and screws an awkward kick back inside, which is straight to James Webb. He wastes no time, squares it up to Adams. Whistle had gone. Looks like another 50-metre penalty, so I can only assume he's been hit behind the ball there. And we're not quite capturing that one, but it's going to give Adams a shot from 25 out directly in front, so it might well be another one on the way here for the Tigers. Not for the first time this afternoon. Some ill discipline hurting them. Now Adams goes back and sends it through the middle. It's another one for the Tigers. They're out by 48 points. They are charging to victory here. And the Bombers, well, just looking hapless at the moment. Kicked 3 goals all afternoon. Can't see where they're going to pull off a comeback from here. They look dead and buried. It is the defending premiers flexing their muscle, getting back to their best, moving up into third place on the ladder. It would take something truly staggering from here. They are just completely outplaying the Bombers right now. I was expecting a pretty close affair. It's been anything but. Lost by 39 points when they met earlier in the season. It was all Lauderdale that day. Turned it on its head today. Siggins high towards the half-forward line. Walsh, handball over the top. Tilly running inside 50. To the top of the square. Blackburn caught behind. Nicely defended there by Brereton. And now Bastick, and they'll clear defensive 50. Stretching to take the mark is Henry Kane. Webb charging through and laying a good tackle. Just getting the fundamentals right. Tompkinson, Webb, caught round the shoulder. That'll be a free kick. Advantage paid. Lovell skips clear. Drives it with his left up towards the half-forward line. Stretching to take a fine mark there, Max College. And College wastes no time at all. Carter reels it in. Does he draw the high contact from Martin? He does. And he'll go back 35 out directly in front to try and put this lead beyond 50. So Tyler Carter, and he drive the dagger in even deeper. Not on this occasion. Behind the stick it goes. And the 49-point lead deep into the third term. Inside, have this one well under wraps. Taney Suki looking to combine with Ned Shaw. Heads wide, backing back, Bastick. Hamish Watt. Clean by hand back to Bastick, just tumbles it on the boot. Up towards Lovell. And it's spoiled away from him. Walsh just released it in time. Cracking in Martin. Couldn't find Suki. It's out of play. Tompkinson, Lovell. Stretching almost there was Evans. Now Hooker trying to charge off half back for the Bombers. Heads in the Patton direction. Nicely defended again though by Brereton. Skeen flicked it up to Webb. Webb. Golding. He's got Zeitzen out the back. Carter with a few to beat. Again, keeping his feet. Carter, that's been the key for a couple of times today. Slapping it on the boot is Kane. Across the face. 11-9. Now the Tigers, an even 50 they lead. Ned Shaw. Drives it out of defence. Going to be a hold going the way of the Bombers. Let you Hooker. Squares it into the corridor looking for Bell Chambers, but coughs it straight up there to College. He sends them inside the forward 50. No, just heads wide instead. Patton takes the mark unopposed at half forward. Can they find a marking target here? He sets it up into the pocket. And Siggins was arriving late and Cole got a hand up in the way. Put it out of play. A bit of frustration coming out there from Sammy Siggins. He is an absolute competitor, Siggins. He's a winner. He would not be liking this state of affairs. Team bereft at times today. Siggins himself sharks this one, hands it off to Sutton. Took on the tackle and he's driven down there by Bastick. That's stuck. Clearing it now was Brewer. Puts it out in front of Eddie Golding. He just paddles it out into the open space. He's got time here. Gathers. Now under pressure from Hooker. He got him. Released the handball across the line. Umpire says throw it in. Interesting decision. So we tick past the half-hour mark in the third term. Can't be long left. Phillips slapped it over the top nicely. Bell Chambers playing the 1-2 with Hooker. Now Walsh. Looks to set one up towards half forward Clifford. And his name written all over it. Donnelly in the back. And General in their defence. Organiser back there. Leader at the back as he sends this one up the wing, and there it is, 3/4 time. Another good quarter there for the Tigers. They just keep on rolling. They extended their lead from 30 points to 50 points. They've probably wrapped this one up here this afternoon. 11-9, 75, leading the Bombers 3-7, 25. It was 4-1 in that third quarter. The Bombers needed a spark. They couldn't find it. The Tigers all over them. As we reach the final change this afternoon, they lead this one by 50 points. All one-way traffic here at the Twins. We'll be back shortly with the final turn. ready to go in the final term here, the home side with a commanding advantage as we get underway in the final term. 50 points. It's only the end margin in doubt now. Tompkinson bending over to get it. He's immediately wrapped up. A dirty day at the office so far for the Bombers. Can they find something to take home as Adams lays a firm tackle? Going nowhere, Fletcher Hooker. Bodies just crashing into each other. In the end, Cole gets in there, flick the handball off the boot of Siggins, and then Skeen drifts in, takes the mark. Steadies things down at centre half forward. Colin Skeen. He'll send it into the pocket. Ashland almost. Away from him by Hooker. Now Webb. Waits the handball over the top. Lovell. Tight to the boundary line. Centering ball. Nicely done Perkins. Gets back, takes the mark. He sends it across the face. Cleared out of there by Bell Chambers. Pitches awkwardly in front of Blackburn. Plenty of Tigers to beat. Phillips goes in support. Tilly lost his footing. In the end, draws a fortuitous high contact free kick as a result. Spears it short for short. Into the corridor for Walsh. Walsh will head wide. It's Sutton and Webb, the two number 8s. Webb got there first. Handball to himself in the end. Love that from Webb. And Ashland takes the mark, presenting up at the football. Brad Byrne was offering, that was ignored. Surely played on here. Been corralled by a Hooker. Carter the target, has 3 to beat. Just buffeted a defender out of the way, took the football. Gave it back to Lovell. Phillips parked behind it, will intercept. Short ball to McGuinness. Flowing past him, Jeremiah Perkins. He tumbles one into the middle of the ground. Clifford gets a hand in. Tompkinson using his physicality, bustling through. Cole has been good. Scooped it out to Griggs. Under pressure there from Broomhall. Cole again. Got it to Bastic. Slapped it towards half forward. Bit of a blind kick. Straight down the throat of McGuinness. He gives to Bell Chambers. Kick out in front of Shaw, but he just lost his footing. Skeen wraps him up. The ball up in the middle of the ground. Phillips slaps it in the Tilly direction. Couldn't bring a hold of it. Got a toe to the ball, but the Tigers take back over. Charged down by Hooker. Time to recover it for Brewer. Took an unkind bounce. Bell Chambers out the back. Kick was good to Lane, but couldn't complete the mark. And Donnelly, wearing him tightly, takes him over. Quite had the influence he would have liked today, Jordan Lane, against his former side, although to be fair, hasn't exactly been given a lot of service in that forward line. Over the heads of the rucks. Spins out the back. Looks like a high contact there from Boscott. Just slipping up in the tackle on Adams. He stays down. Slowly back to his feet here, Adams. Boscott certainly, I'm sure he felt that one. Eventually, Adams will play on. Found Golding. Short ball to Hamish Watt. He sets it up looking for College, but drifting in the space was Blackburn. Hands off to Walsh. Heads wide, Bell Chambers. The immediate handball wasn't on, so steers a kick, but steered it straight to the opposition. It's chopped off by Mitch Brewer. been absolutely prolific today, Brewer. Clifford's absence, he's had a stack of it. Carter, Skeen, fired off the handball. Ashland, he flips it over the top, and missing an absolute soda in the end was Bradburn. Open goal beckoning, and he missed. Poland, that lovely left boot of his, lasers one to Boscott. He wastes no time, chips it short. Finds Bell Chambers, they're going to go right down the middle once more, straight through the heart of the ground. And now Walsh receiving and sending it towards Phillips. Tompkinson getting back, did well, and then lays a defensive tackle as well. Phillips wants the high contact free, and it will be blown. So, Riley Hooker will get the shot. Jack Tompkinson a little bit miffed. Great defensive work right there from the big fella. Got back to impact the spoil, then lay the tackle, but just slipped up there. And Hooker can go back for just his side's fourth of the afternoon. So Riley Hooker from 40, he shanks it and won't even trouble the scorers. That encapsulates the state of affairs for the Bombers rather nicely. It's been an ugly old afternoon for them. Tigers have smashed them. Long ball out of defence. Poland got a hand up. Zeitzen laying a tackle. Locks it in. Phillips tried to find Siggins, couldn't quite. Phillips slaps it towards the line. Lovell first look football, as he has been so often today. Eddie Cole, happy to just step it out. Mark Scrapple once more. Bounced off the thigh there of Tompkinson. Skeen swoops on the footy. Whistle's gone. As Eddie Cole has got Thor Boscott in a headlock there. And in the end, it looks like it's going to be Thor Boscott who gets the free kick and is going to be marched 50 metres as well. He was taken down without the football. And then Cole just continued it on there. I think perhaps deciding that he doesn't mind if he costs his team a goal given the state of the match and the current lead. He just wanted to keep grappling there with Boscott. So this takes him within 20 metres of goal. Boscott goes back and he slides it through for the Bombers. They get their fourth. Cut the margin back to 44 points. Well, just fighting for a bit of respectability on the scoreboard here in the final term. Too much to be gained here. Well, I suppose they did head into the day with a reasonable percentage advantage, given how tight these two teams have been on the ladder at least. Down 24 points apiece. Be a significant swing there. Tigers won't want to take the foot off the accelerator as Baker is dumped as he tried to get a kick away. Patton skips into space. He directs it inside forward 50, almost a mark there to Brereton. He goes again. Blackburn fires out a handball to Hooker. Donnelly shrugged the tackle. High kick into the pocket. And Riley Hooker couldn't quite take it. Phillips battling down, looking for Broomhall. Hooker back to Broomhall. Squaring, looking for Shaw. Took an awkward bounce. Siggins just gathers it, brute forces it, but couldn't get the kick on target. Parked back deep in defence was Donnelly. Takes the relieving mark on the last line here. He sends it towards the direction of Watt. Couldn't complete the mark. Siggins paddles it through the legs. Shaw. Squaring ball. Charging away with that Golding. Oh, coughed it up. A little sloppy there to Donnelly. Trying to bust his way through was Franklin. Could not do so. Phillips out of the ruck. Drop the football. He'll go again. Crashing through there is Brewer. Tompkinson, it's a bit of the contest this time, but busting through the pack was Luke Patton. Sends it deep inside forward 50. Griggs couldn't take it, but it fell to Bassick, who clears the area. Bombers with the numbers at the fall. Shaw back inside to Patton. Patton just dinks one, and a man in space in Hooker. So he finds. But he didn't find him inside the confines of the ground. It was Broomhall, but it was out of play, and Bastick will take over. Bastick. Looking for Carter. Suki with a fist. Spills off of Poland. Still in play as Webb tries to bust on through. They'll be content, Tiger supporters down there this afternoon at the Twin Ovals. Happy with what they've seen. They're going to improve to 7-5, the defending premiers. Move up into third. Hasn't quite been the premiership defence they were looking for so far this year. Maybe click into gear as Sutton gave the handball slickly to Shaw. Shaw sets it up inside the forward 50. Hooker dropped the mark. Donnelly able to just rush a kick out into open space. Bell Chambers tracking this one. Gathers and delayed the handball. Got it to Hooker. Hooker. Some contact after he was kicked, I think. Will it be downfield to Boscott? It will be. So for about the 8th time today, a downfield free kick paid there. It's been a lot of whacking guys after they've disposed of the footy. Boscott plays on. Umpire said he hadn't set the mark yet, which is lucky for Boscott as the ball had been spoiled away. He might just go back and take the shot on himself now. Cole nearly infringing. So Boscott for his second of the term. Try and cut the margin back to 38. He'll kick just inside 50. It's working back. It's a lovely kick, and Boscott does get his second of the final term. The Bombers get their 5th. It's 75 plays 37. So they look to claw back the margin here in the final term. Back in the middle, Phillips reaches over the top, won it down to Franklin. Good tackle applied by Bell Chambers. Tompkinson takes it himself. Phillips has a hold of the arm, got free and swings a kick inside 50. Picked off back there by Suki. He heads across the face. Hooker angles it to Bell Chambers. Oh, plenty of danger about that kick. Invited in Zach Adams, who intercepts, and he might just fancy the shot at goal here, Zach Adams. He kicked one from distance today. For his third. So Adams wheels off onto the right. He launches from 55. It won't quite have the journey. And it's off hands for a minor score. McGuinness out of defensive 50. Sets it up for Phillips. He works it down in the direction there of Hooker. Off hands to Patton. Gathers it. Tries to arch his back and turn away, but he ran straight to Adams. Wraps him up. Tigers do well to keep the ball in play and then chip it down the line for Eddie Cole. Cole around the outer wing. Looking for Zeitzen. Kick just too far ahead of him and it drifts out on the full. Perkins at half back. Into the corridor, losing his footing was Tilley. They've turned it over here. And there is Bradburn. Bradburn looking for Skeen out the back. Well done, Shaw. Gets up and takes a strong mark in defence. Tracked it well. Franklin keeps it moving. Over the top to Bell Chambers. Driving it back into the corridor. Arriving was Baker to apply pressure. Tompkinson lays a heavy shepherd on Patton. Bradburn. Clever kick for Cole. Eddie Cole now. Zeitzen presenting. Eddie Cole perhaps fancy himself from downtown. Take a mighty kick from here. Instead goes into the pocket for Skeen. This would still be a very impressive kick from here for Colin Skeen. Side to the line, we'll have to kick from about the paint. Be better off just squaring this one up. Skeen takes the shot on, it's working. Back, Colin Skeen doesn't have the journey. And off the hands of Brereton and out of play. He had the line perfect there, Skeen. It was drifting back beautifully, just didn't quite have the distance. Phillips unopposed. Well, no one nominated. The Tigers player on the path there. Cole back to Lovell. Snapshot from the pocket. He's not going to trouble the scorers. Interesting on that rack contest. No Tiger player nominated yet. They've all bounced off the shoulder of one of their players. I'm not sure who's trying to contest it so much as the ball just hit him, but does that count as competing in the marking contest, in the ruck contest? Bit of a unique one, that. Here's Poland. Always good by foot, and he found Siggins. Dish it off to Campbell Hooker. He heads wide. Man in space is Broomhall. Towards Boscott. Clifford got the better of him. His handball, though, misses Brewer. Goes back in and wins at Brewer. Hooker paddles it forward for Tilley. Tilley scoops it up to Walsh. Bryce Walsh. Nice kick there, just guides it into space. He finds Fletcher Hooker. Tigers defence covering options, so Hooker just plays on and goes for distance. Off hands, out the back. And I think there was a touch on it, so just the minor score for the Bombers. Adams in the pocket. And Bastick. High ball, off hands. Not taken by McGuinness. He goes back to Shaw. Shaw's kick just a tad risky into the corridor. Lovell broke it up. The Tigers flowing forward once more. Skeen has escaped out the back here. Colin Skeen sliding in unopposed. And he'll have a pretty regulation chance to go back and extend the lead to 45. No red time in the final term. Colin Skeen makes no mistake. Kicks his sides, 12th of the afternoon. They lead this one by 45 points. Commanding stuff from the premiership holders. Phillips wins it down to Franklin. Siggins just got some boot to ball. Thor Bosket works it forward. Tilly swooping on the football, arching the back, dishes off to Hooker. Hooker heading wide. Can he find his brother? Or Patton rather, not quite. Off hands. Phillips paddles down. Across the face of goal it goes. Sutton spiking it clear. Diving in Broomhall. It's out of play. Down by Phillips. Hands and knees, the handball release. Bastic. His kick wide, far too wide, out of bounds on the full. Drops it offshore for Bryce Walsh. He goes short as well. Good option, Sam Siggins. Distance certainly won't be a problem for Siggins. And he plays on immediately. Opens up the angle, he thumps it. It's across the face, and Donnelly and Baker. Third time even, Zach Adams. Apologies. Flies up, takes a good mark. He smashes that one high. Bill Chambers, almost, not quite, off hands. Carter. Flipped up. Skeen applying pressure. And Park goes for it. Phillips paddles down. Franklin stripped of the football. Spilt to Tilly. Swept it to Bosket. He'll drive them inside the forward 50. Siggins caught deep. There were plenty of numbers back, and again Adams just intercepts. Able to drift across and take it. Wide ball for Griggs. Tompkinson spoiled away from Phillips. Tilly outside of the boot. Almost found Patton, did well to bring it under his spell. Back inside for Campbell. Hooker. He dinks it looking for the run of Walsh. Walsh plays on immediately, has a shot at goal. It's coming back, not enough. Another minor score. Margin at 44 points. This one just going through the motions now. Big win coming up for the Kingborough Tigers. Tompkinson slides in to take the mark. Elsewhere, North Hobart in the win for Launceston. High ball. That was last week. Elsewhere, Clarence getting the win by 71 points over the Demons, and an absolute thriller. Not watching that one. Might be worth watching the final minutes of Launceston and Glenorchy. 2 points to the difference in the last quarter there. A bit more on the line than this one. Selfkinson. Cole stripped of the football. Through the contest comes Hooker. Delayed the give and then handed it off to Lane. Turns it. Forced wide here was Hooker. Screws it back deep in the Siggins direction. 2 to beat. The numbers win out. The Tigers clear defensive 50. They find Eddie Golding at half back. Rising high is Phillips. His kick springs Bellchambers, gives it immediately to Walsh. Walsh sets it out in the pocket. It's a good mark. Broomhall showing a clean pair of hands. So Broomhall for a consolation goal here for the Bombers. He plays on to open up the angle. He sends it on its way. And he too misses. 5 goals, 10 for the Bombers. Goal kicking has certainly let them down this afternoon. Tigers have been too good across the board, but really giving themselves a chance of sparking a comeback with some of the misses they've had. Wide ball. Plucked. And that might be 50 as well. Gee, we've seen some 50-metre penalties today. Ned Shaw, the beneficiary this time. Out of knocking the balls out of people's hands or shoving or hitting them after they've disposed. I don't know what the record for 50-metre penalties is in a TSL game, but this would have to be up there. Certainly in modern times, anyway. Anyway, from the top of the goal square, Shaw makes no mistake and cuts the margin back to 37 points. Tompkinson and Phillips going to battle it out in the middle. Spills out the back. Bellchambers wrapped up here by Golding. Eddie Cole not happy. In the back decision in the end going the way of Bellchambers. He spreads that wide. That's a nice kick to Hooker, who drifts inside, but he's brought down from behind by Carter. Just got rid of the football in time. Tilly got his kick away, but the siren sounds before Hooker can mark. And that brings this one to a conclusion. A dominant victory from the defending premiers. They flex their muscle and run out 37-point victors. 12-11 to 6 goals 10. They started the stronger by 19 points at quarter time. Really made their move in the second term and just continued to build all afternoon. It was 50 points heading into the final change, so the Bombers able to claw back a little bit of respectability in the final term, but the sting was out of the game. And when it was there to be won, they were found wanting. Plenty of soul searching for the Bombers. For the Tigers, well, they'll be looking to use this result to launch the second half of their campaign. They're trying to work their way up the ladder and make an assault on the flag to try and defend their premiership, and this the final year of the TSL. Everyone, of course, chasing the team on the bye this week who've looked flawless. North Launceston, they're going to take some stopping. I don't know if anyone's capable of it. Tigers perhaps suggesting they're gearing up to be a side capable of it. They run out comfortable victors here. Thanks for tuning in on the TSL live stream. And Andrew calling the action on a day where the Tigers were too strong for the Bombers. They run out victors 12-11-83 to 6-10-46. Myself, it's bye for now.